Hey there. Why is it important to do personal development? Why should we take the time to do it? That is the question today. And I'm going to be talking about why we do it and also how much that has changed myself and my business because of the personal development that I have embarked on. So, if you're joining me live, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. Don't be shy. Just give me a comment. Let me know where you're coming in or where you're from and say hello. If you're watching the replay, just give me a hashtag replay. So let's talk about personal development. Why do we do personal development? And oh gosh, I tell you, technical difficulties is just ridiculous these days. Okay, I'm still here. Hopefully you can hear me and you can see me. Let's see if I can see comments coming in too. Not so far. All right. So let's talk about personal development. First of all, personal development, it takes me out of my comfort zone. And if you are functioning every day in your comfort zone, then you're always going to have what you've always gotten. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. You're always going to get what you've always gotten unless you change what you're doing. So you cannot grow. You cannot grow. And I mean, even professionally or personally, unless you get out of your comfort zone. Okay. Do something that scares you. Do something that makes your heart flutter. You get nervous about it. I remember when I first started doing public speaking, I would get so nervous about standing in front of people and talking. And then all of a sudden one day I realized, I'm like, okay, they're there for my message. They're not there to look at me and put me down in any way, or they're actually there to help me or to build me up, actually, is what it does, or is what it did. But it just got so much less scarier for me to get up in front of a crowd of people. And I've had crowds up to 300 people in my audience, when I was speaking. So it's definitely a booster. It's a booster. I mean, it really is a cortisol booster. It is a confidence booster, all of those things. But the other reason is it can develop your strengths. You have strengths that you probably don't know that you have. And so find something that you're passionate about and develop yourself in that area so that you can grow, so you can strengthen yourself in those areas. And like I said, I did public speaking, and then I didn't do it for a while. And now I'm doing public speaking online, basically. So, but you have so much more strength. How do I say this differently? How do I say this that it makes sense for you? But you have so much more strengths, greater strengths than you know that you have. And so develop that. The more you focus on it, the more you practice it, the more it develops. When I first went on live, I was pretty scared. I was like, what am I going to talk about? Where do I look? Well, just be yourself. Just be yourself. And this can go down to, many personal things that you're doing. So like, for example, if you're looking to get more sleep, to get better sleep, then what is it going to take for you to get better sleep? What can you do? Do some research. What can you do to have better sleep, to sleep longer? Then you start looking at that and you start focusing on it and you start reading about it and you start educating yourself about it. And maybe it's some supplements that you can take. Maybe not. Whatever it is, figure out, you grow yourself into it. Okay. Maybe it's losing weight. I mean, really, Once you start wanting to lose weight, then you're going to start focusing on the things that will help you lose weight. One thing may not work, but something else might work. So it's about what you're focusing on and where you want to go. What is your goal? And then finally, I mean, personal development is all about building your confidence. You start by figuring out what it is that you're passionate about. And then you start focusing on that. And all of a sudden, those things come into your life. That is the law of the universe. Whatever you focus on is where you're going to go. And so remember that when you're being negative. I get reminded of that all the time. When I'm in a negative mode, or I feel like something didn't go right, or somebody said something that offended me, it's like all of a sudden it just hits me like, wait a minute. I don't want to focus on that, because then I'm going to get more of it. And I don't want it. So that just takes me right out of that mode and into something positive. I am not going to focus on the negative, because I don't want more negativity in my life. So that's why we do personal development and self-awareness. You realize how much is surrounding you. How many, marketing messages. For example, marketing messages. You get all these marketing messages into your head. It comes in through your eyes. It comes in through your ears. Your brain gets all these messages throughout the day, just tons and tons. And there are numbers out there, how many per minute or how many per hour or per day. I don't remember those numbers, but it's a lot. It is a lot. And so having some things you are aware of, other things you are not. So here's my example. You drive an older car, and all of a sudden you go out and you buy a brand new Subaru. Just picking one. I don't have a preference over Subaru over anything else, but I'm just picking one. You buy a Subaru, and all of a sudden you notice all of these different Subarus on the road. It's because you're aware of it. They were there before. You just didn't notice them. Does this make sense? Is this resonating with you? Drop me a number 2 if it's resonating with you, or if you can relate to this. If you can relate to this, drop me a number 2. Because I remember when I first I got a brand new car, not a brand new car. It was a new to me used car. Every time I have gotten one over the years, I didn't notice the similar cars to it until I had one. Then there was all kinds of them everywhere. That's called self-awareness. It's called awareness, self-awareness. So what is it that you want to change? What would you like to change? And what would you like to see differently in your life? Start focusing on it. Focus on it, work towards it, and keep going, and it will come to pass. That's just as simple as it gets. So now I wanted to talk about some of the things that have changed in my life because of personal development. I have been in home-based businesses for a long time. And I would do what they told me to do. I would get into it and they'd say, hey, do this, 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 this. And I would do those things and my business would not grow. And then I would go on to another company and I would, again, do the things they told me to do. And again, I would get to a certain point of success and then it wouldn't grow. Well, I finally, over time, I decided, you know what? It isn't the companies that I'm with. It isn't the products that I have. It's me. I am the common denominator here. So let's figure out what's going on here before I get into another one or before I continue to grow this one, the one I'm in. And so that's what I did a couple of years ago. I decided that it was time for a mentor and to teach me the things that I needed to know to be able to grow and to truly be able to market my business without being spammy or without pushing products to anyone. Today, I get to sit back and answer the questions that come to me. People are asking me about my business, and that's how they get into it. It's because I have put messages out there that are curiosity based messages, and I have more success today, greater success than ever before. So it's this simple. Find a passion that you have, go for it, and do not quit. Don't quit. That was one of the other things that was a problem for me. I would get going so far into it, and then all of a sudden I could not grow anymore. Well, then all of a sudden there was these excuses. The company does this, the products do that, whatever, all kinds of excuses. And then I would just get out of it and then go on to another one. Well, maybe if I go over here, it'll be better. Maybe if I go over here, it'll be better. The common denominator was right here. It was me. So that is where it was time to look from the inside. Look in the inside first. Get some correction there, get some focus there, get some self-confidence in there, and then move on to build your business. That is what absolutely has worked for me and is working today for me. And I'm so excited to be able to share it. I hope that you got some value from what I shared today. And watch for my training. I have more training coming this afternoon. So I'll be talking about how to write headlines and how to write attention grabbers and how to write that hook to get somebody in to watch your video. So I'll be talking about that at 1 p.m. Central Time. Until the next video, have a great one.